Hello, APFSL Nation. It is the night that the first season comes to an end. Before the championship game begins, we have Marcus Dunhill beside me. How you doing, Marcus?
Doing good. A little bit tired, but I'm super excited for the championship game. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, me too. I'm ready for it, and we are so gonna kick your asses.
Yeah, you're going down.
And then we have our beautiful commissioner, AJ Francis. How you doing, AJ?
I'm doing pretty damn good. I'm really happy that this first season's coming to a close, and it also just occurred to me that both of you guys are on the teams playing today.
Oh yeah.
Yes, we are.
Yep, there's gonna be a little bit of trash talk on the air, so get ready for that.
I also say that this picture of an orca is actually pretty well done. Who drew this?
Nah, I got it off of Google.
I was about to say, like, whoever does this stuff is actually pretty good.
I drew the football. That's the only thing I drew out of any of the graphics.
I mean, it's no penis cobra, but like, it's pretty good.
Yeah, credit to Julius for the penis cobra, of course.
Should probably get around to asking a few questions before the game gets kicked off.
Yeah. You want to go ahead and start, Marcus?
Sure. So we were looking at how interesting the league has been so far. So the first question I have for you, AJ, is how many cats do you have?
Cat do I have? Oh wow, that really is very league related and very important to the league continuing next season. Zero cats.
That's vastly unfortunate, but thank you so much for answering the question.
That
With
was
the
a
first
tough one to
question
get
we would
through.
have
That
for
was a
you,
tough one.
what
Not
was your mentality for starting the league?
not what I
Also, add that I'm
expected.
afraid of cats, and I'll openly admit that to anyone. They scare the crap out of me.
I'm not a cat guy myself either, so I don't blame you. I probably will never own cats.
Bad experience as a child.
I'm a dog person myself.
Me too. Not that this has anything to do with the league, but it's important that you guys know who your commissioner is so that
Right.
you can.
Just have to know those things.
I
So
almost got fired once because I said I hated cats, which is ridiculous. I know that this is completely off topic, but I'm
well,
dead
it's a
serious.
good thing we can't fire you here. So,
Yeah, good. I'll just ban everyone, and then I'll sit in the Discord by myself.
so AJ, what made you decide you wanted to start up the league?
Did you say?
What made you decide you wanted to start the league?
So basically, I was having a lot of fun being offensive coordinator in Carolina for the SFL, and I had to stop because of like college and stuff. It was ridiculously busy all the time. Like in school, I had no time to be scouting and stuff like that. And I even tried it when I was moving over to Tau. I was going to try to like scout every week for them, and I just couldn't find any time for it. So basically, I just kind of like the idea where like you put your playbook out and you front load all of the work. Like everybody put together their rosters and their playbooks and signing and everything like that. And a lot of work was done in the first like 2 months probably of the season. Boom, like it was just done, and then you get to just sit through the whole season and watch how it plays out. And that idea was pretty interesting to me because then like you don't really have to do a lot of work during the season. It doesn't take up a lot of your time. It's something to learn from. It's something to watch, I guess, while the SFL off season's going. So I mean, I just thought it was an interesting idea. It took a while to start up. I had the idea like 3 different times. It even started like as far back as Carolina. It took a while to get to, but I'm very happy that it came to like fruition, I guess.
So, how do you feel the first season went?
Well, off topic real quick, but whoever Mr. 23 is, Harisha's mom is fat. I appreciate that comment.
That is my brother, and I guess when I
Oof.
say no you this time, it actually applies.
Yeah, it still applies. I can't even say I was gonna agree with him, but like now it's just offensive to both of you. um, sorry, what was the question again? I already lost my train of thought.
how do you think the first season went?
I think it went great. Honestly, this league wasn't supposed to have any aired games, and every single week aired. And we've had the playoffs. I think we had 2 weeks, and we have this championship game that on Twitch and commentated on. So that exceeded my expectations. I mean, I would have liked to have 8 teams. We had 8 original owners, and there was a lot of switching up started, and I was very doubtful that it was ever going to start, just because there was so much switching around. I was like, ah, crap. And then, everything kind of worked out, and I'm very happy that the season went well. Obviously, I would have liked if my team ended up here, but it didn't really happen that way because Jehovah's Thickness and Tristan. You know,
And also with the fact that you
maybe next
suck
season.
ass.
I mean, what I do in my personal time is none of your business, there, buddy.
So, with
Fair
this
enough.
amazing accomplishment of getting the first season completely out of the way, do you have, do you have any advice for the AAF on how they might be able to do better in the future if they try to run again?
Oh,
Well, I would take a page out of my book and just don't pay any of your players or staff and just beg them to do lots of stuff for you for free, like I do to Crash and I do to you guys, because you guys aren't getting paid for this. So I would say that's a pretty good start because you cannot go bankrupt if you don't spend any money or if you don't make any money.
Do you put a focus on the league just trying to be a more fun and unusual place? There's a few interesting rules in the league, and people have some. Compared to SFL rules, we have some players in the league that wouldn't be SFL rulebook qualified. We have some very tall running backs and other things. What did you think
Oh,
about just
yeah.
making it more of a user-focused league?
Like I kind of thought like the SFL obviously is like a more professional league, and I'll admit that, and they have like all the great graphics and stuff like that. Being what would really make this just kind of a really laid back experience for a lot of people, and like I said before, it front loads a lot of the work too. So even the owners, like during the season, it's laid back. Like there's not a lot of work to do. You guys, me, or Crash, and you're like doing a bunch of stuff like behind the scenes. Other than that, like it's just supposed to be kind of like a laid back, chilled place. Experiment with and test out like the limits of APF so that you can use it in the SFL. I mean, obviously, you're not going to be able to have like a or something like that, but it's just supposed to be something for fun, but also for testing. So it's like mixed having fun, testing out playbooks so that you could get better as an owner in the SFL. Just trying to also experiment with different things. Originally, we had a free agency draft that we were going to do. See if we could find something that was different and it would be interesting to have any actual people as the players. Originally it was only going to be like 8 people in the Discord, and they were all going to be the owners. That was pretty much going to be that. And then we got a bunch of players, so we got rid of the fantasy draft and whatnot. But other than that, like, I don't know, it's just supposed to be like a fun little thing. We try not to take ourselves too seriously. Like obviously we dick around a lot in the Discord, and I also am saying dick on stream, so like you know like it's
yeah.
not supposed to be like this ridiculously professional thing. We're not charging people. It's you come in, you have fun. If you get offended, who the fuck cares? Like, take it up with someone else. I don't really give a shit.
So, with the first season completed, are there things you've learned from the first season that you'd like to implement and improve going into next season?
Oh yes, there's definitely been a lot of stuff. Well, first of all, I want to. This sounds really corny, but I've definitely learned the power of teamwork. And again, I know how corny that sounds, but it's like I was
Gay.
not expecting to have. Hey, again, what I do on my personal time is none of your business.
I'm in a
But
motorcycle club, and everybody in the motorcycle club has a unique like biker name. Mine is Brony for specific reasons. So I
I wonder
too
what those reasons
understand
are.
not exactly the power of teamwork, but the power of friendship.
Yeah, yeah. See, it's pretty much the same as that. That's what we'll go with. Serious note, like there was a lot of people who offered to volunteer their time. Again, like you guys and Crash and other people as well, and they helped out a lot. I wouldn't have been able to broadcast any games or get statistics or people annoying the fuck out of me about getting tackling stats. I wasn't going to put those in eventually because they take so much time to put in, and I'm a very lazy person. I have a lot of
Man.
stuff to do, so it's just like I don't really want to do tackling stats. And then everyone's like, "Where the hell are the tackling stats?" I'm like, "All right, whatever." So I finally put it in. But I'm really happy that I did that too. Like, it's nice to see people going like, "Oh yeah, I got this many tackles," and I'm like, "Well, that means your team's bad because you're a safety." But it's just still nice to say that to people.
So going forward, what do you hope is the future for this league? Like, what would you like to see, 2 or 3 seasons down the road?
I definitely like to expand to 8 teams. Like I said before, I don't want to expand too fast, especially past our volunteer we have now. I like to see 8 teams, and I don't want to add random owners who don't really know what they're doing. I want to get like experienced guys in here for doing the same thing in the SFL so that they can keep their skills sharp during the off season. Like, that's the really important part, and why this league originally started too. So I'd like to get to 8 teams. I'd like to lot more players. We have like 2 teams that have a ton of players, which are the teams that are in the championship right now. And I believe that has a lot to do with like why they're in the championship and like the cultures that they have too, because it was really cool to see the Cobras go on the playoff game, so 8 game win streak, I guess, which
Yeah,
will
boy.
probably end tonight because Harish is bad.
Will
No,
end tonight.
you.
No, you. So basically, yeah. Like I just like to see the league grow, especially in player base and nice, and having people who are like dedicated and watch the streams every week. And I'd like to take some of the work off the back of Crash, and I'd like to be able to like, broadcast games myself, but we'll see.
Definitely don't want to kick you out here, but we're getting close to that 8 o'clock Eastern time. I don't know if you want to answer more questions or if you just want to give us some final thoughts or closing remarks.
I'll give some closing remarks because I don't want to keep people from the game too long. I just want to say thank you to everyone. Literally, we could not do any of this without every single person in here. Input from a lot of players. I had a lot of input from a lot of owners. I have a lot of players and owners doing stuff. Like, we have a player and an owner right here that I'm talking to that are doing things like broadcasting. There's people in pro board. There's people broadcasting like Crash, like putting together the games. I want to say thank you to everyone for doing all the things that they do. And even if you're just a player, like, thank you so much because I want to get actual players and stuff in here. So it'd be nice to expand next season. So if you have any friends or something like that who don't take themselves too seriously and also want to see stats every week on a Google document, then invite them in here and hopefully we'll get them set up with a player and not on either of these teams so that we can actually have some people on the other teams.
We're definitely excited for the future of the league. AJ, thank you so much for stopping by and answering some questions.
Thank you guys very much.
All right. And with that, exits our commissioner, and we should get started. Are you ready, Marcus?
Yeah, if you want to do the honors.
I will. Let's do a countdown in 3, 2, 1, go. Welcome to San Juan. We are in the midst of the championship game as the Chapel Hill Cobras invade to take on the San Juan Orcas as the number 2 seed faces the number 1 seed. It is a matchup that has been a long time coming as the two teams put the season series 1-1. The Cobras won the last game, but the Orcas won the first game. I am your play-by-play commentator, Harish Prasad, and with me again is Marcus Dunhill.
Howdy, howdy. These two teams have kind of been on a crash course all season, just kind of crashing into each other. Ended up going 1-1, and now we get to really settle the score in the championship here. So that's going to be exciting.
Alright, and with that, we will head down to the field to the coin toss as the Cobras will choose. And the Orcas are going to kick the ball first, and the Cobras and Hunter Jones and Ashley Jackson will get the ball first on offense. This is the APFSL Championship game, and we are about to get underway here. The ball is teed up. Hand up in the air. And kick it. We are underway here. Ashley Jackson back to receive. She's going to return the ball. Up the middle. It's going to get to the sideline. Up to the 23-yard line. Not a bad return from Ashley Jackson. As Hunter Jones, the quarterback, is coming out onto the field.
The previous game that Chapel Hill had, I would say on offense, they pretty much won the game on the back of Ashley Jackson, who Syracuse just could not stop. So to see how this good defense of the Orcas is going to be able to stand up to her as well is going to be very interesting to see.
All right, 1st and 10 from the 23-yard line. Jones to throw home first, and it's almost intercepted. That is Chambermaid. KP Chambermaid, the middle linebacker on the Orcas.
The Orcas linebackers have played really well in the last preseason game, getting lots of deflections and stopping them as well. So it's time to see how this Cobras passing game is going to go as well as their running game.
All right, 2nd and 10 after the incomplete pass on 1st down from the 23-yard line. 3 receiver set. Jones is going to throw it again. He's got time in the pocket. He's going to sling it, and it's going to be intercepted. I believe that was... I couldn't see who that was.
This is the interesting thing. The Cobras had the highest amount of the best secondary players in the league. I believe 3 of the top 5 secondary players belong to the Cobras. But the Orcas also have a really good secondary, probably second to them in the league when it comes to players getting interceptions in this game.
And on 1st down, the first play of the Orcas offensive drive, he's going to get sacked here. But that is supposed to be Masturbate, but it looks like he is hurt on the first defensive drive.
That is not a way you want to start the championship game, especially for a team that's really focused on needing to be able to stop a really big running back, because that's what the Orcas game plan usually is give Tristan the ball and let him run. And if you're losing people on the defensive line, it's really going to hurt your ability to stop a running back.
Yeah, and the interesting thing about the Orcas offense is that Tristan Carr is the offense. He's the only star they employ. And it is 2nd and 14 after the sack on 1st down. Thickness is going to throw again, and he's going to avoid the sack, and he's going to get it out to Tristan Carr, but there is going to be a flag on the play. And he is eventually taken down by Danny Colon. Going to go down to the field and see what the flag is. And it is going to be an ineligible receiver on the offense, and that is going to make it 2nd and 19 as the Cobras accept the penalty.
So they had an offensive player downfield. That's very unfortunate because they were able to get bailed out of that situation by Tristan Carr, and they ended up just continuing to go backward. Not really good when your entire game plan is running. You don't want to have to run for 20 yards in 2 plays.
And we haven't seen any run plays yet as Thickness gets the pass complete.
Now they put themselves in a situation where it's 3rd and 15. What are they going to do? You know, Tristan Carr potentially can run 15 yards, but do you believe he's going to do so? You know, it's not likely. And is it likely they're going to do a 15-yard pass? No. So I'm expecting this drive to stall out. And maybe they can get a little bit further and try a field goal. Otherwise, they're going to be punting if an incomplete pass.
Or for a sack, for that matter, as the first play of this drive was a sack. And 3rd and 15, Thickness is going to throw, and he is in fact going to go down for the sack. That is number 55.
55-yard field goal from here if they want to try it.
Yeah, from what I've seen APF do, they might. Well, you know, they do have a star kicker, so it is possible they could try, but it doesn't look like they are going to. On 4th and 17, they are going to punt and try to pin the Cobras deep. The Orcas the punt here. And Jackson's going to let it roll into the end zone. Will it? And yes, it will. Good decision by Ashley Jackson there to get the ball out to the 20-yard line for the second offensive drive by the Cobras.
So far, neither team has been using their star running backs like I expected they would. You know, besides star wide receivers, I feel like these two teams are built pretty similarly in that, you know, they have a really high secondary defense focus and a good running back. And then the Cobras balance it out a little more with star wide receivers as well.
Yeah, and Shea Carroll definitely has been a force to reckon with in this league, as he is the second most in yards, as Hunter Jones is going to go out to the fullback. And he's going to get about 4 yards in the play. Better from Hunter Jones in that.
Yeah, we're definitely only a couple minutes in, but I expected a lot more runs out of both these teams so far. Chapel Hill is almost exclusively running against Syracuse in the other playoff game, and it worked really, really well for them.
All right, 2nd and 6 from the Chapel Hill 24-yard line. I formation, 3 receivers out wide, 2 to his top, and he's going to throw again. And this time he is going to get to Ashley Jackson for the first touch, and she trucks through defenders, and she's down the sideline, and eventually taken down by Marcus Dunhill and Mahmoud Ajlani.
That's quite something. You know, I knew she'd probably blow through the first one, and then I thought maybe the second one would wrap her up. Maybe she'd get through it, but I didn't. But I didn't think she was just gonna truck straight through 2 people. What a run!
We've been seeing a lot of things out of her this season that we just straight up don't expect. As it's going to be 1st and 10 from Orcas territory, first for either side in opponent territory. Wait, that's not true. As Jones is going to throw it, and it is complete to another generic. I can't tell who that is.
Looked like he stiff-armed Crash Combs back towards the line of scrimmage, pushing off him to try to get momentum towards the first down marker. There's quite an interesting turn of events on that last play.
2nd and inches from the San Juan 39-yard line. It is going to go to Ashley Jackson. She gets up the middle with the first down and more. Up to the 30-yard line. Good run by Ashley Jackson.
Ashley is always there when this team needs her. She just does incredible runs pretty much every single time. You know, if you only need a couple yards, you hand her the ball and you're probably going to get about 8 or 9. So, if you're in doubt for the Cobras, your best bet is just to hand the ball off to her and let her pick up some yards.
I believe that was the first run by either team. As we line up 1st and 10 from 30-yard line, 2 receivers to Jones's left, Jackson in the backfield. And Jones is going to throw, and it's going to go straight to Ashley Jackson as she is going to get the first down once again, but they are going to start running no huddle here. Jones is going to throw once again. He's going to go. Oh, it should have been intercepted, but they're still going to go no huddle.
This is the only team I've ever seen run no huddle when the clock's not moving.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Jones likes about it, but he's doing it. And Jackson is going to run and somehow still gets 4 out of it, but they're still going to keep going no huddle. Jones is going to throw on 3rd down. He gets it out to Shea Carroll, and he's going to get the first down. And they're going to keep going no huddle. Cobras knocking on the door here. Jones is going to hand it off to Ashley Jackson, and she's going to get into the end zone for the touchdown. The Cobras get the first score of the game.
Definitely keeping the Orcas off balance, going in and out of those run and pass plays through the no huddle. Sometimes when people go into no huddle, they end up getting stuck in a formation where they're constantly running or constantly passing. And they did a really good job of being in a formation where they could switch out whether they run or pass, and that really kept the Orcas off balance.
Yeah, I wasn't fully sure that actually did go into the end zone, but it looks like that ball might have just barely gotten over.
I actually thought it was short on first inspection as well, but it obviously was counted as a touchdown.
The replay looked like it might have gotten over as Mike Hawk gets the field goal up, and it is good. 7-0 for the Cobras after 2 drives that stalled out by both teams.
Time to see if the Orcas are going to get Tristan Carr moving on that side. Otherwise, I don't know if Thickness is going to be able to win this game by himself, not being a star player and probably being pretty hungry by now.
I believe on that drive was one of the first few touches by both running backs, and it definitely resulted in a positive result for the Cobras, as we talked about. As Tristan Carr is going to return, he's down the sideline, and he is away down the sideline. Nobody's going to catch him. Touchdown Orcas as they strike right back. He says, I will see you one and raise you one.
So that's interesting. He's so dangerous on those kick returns. It looked like everybody came over towards the middle and he split out to the left side and just nobody could catch back up with him. If you watch the blockers, they all started going in because he turned in and then he flipped back out, got a block, and just outran everybody.
Big play
He
by
really
Tristan
faked him
Carr.
out really good on that play.
Goodness gracious, that was quick. He had one last week too, I believe. I think on the opening kickoff, he scored a touchdown.
I guess that's a good way to tie up the game.
As the kicker there with the screwed up face is going to try and kick the extra point here to make it a tie game. It would be something if Ashley Jackson returned the next kickoff there, as the extra point is good with 6:23 remaining on the clock after two big scores by both teams. It is 7-7.
Fun fact about that kicker for the Orcas, he shares his jersey number with a Hall of Fame strong safety.
Does it rhyme with Smarkus Smunhill?
It does indeed.
Interesting. As the kick is up and Ashley Jackson down deep to receive it. And she is going to try match Tristan Carr as she gets out to the 22-yard line as she cannot return it. And Hunter Jones will be coming back out onto the field.
She definitely didn't match it on that kick return, but she's just as dangerous, behind the offensive line as she is taking kicks and punts. So time to see whether they go back to the passing game or let Ashley run to the end zone again.
1st and 10 from the 22-yard line. One receiver out wide. Jones is going to hand the ball off to Ashley Jackson as she gets past defender and brings it up for 7 yards. As we get an update here on the defensive tackle, he's torn an ACL, so we will not be seeing him again today.
Like I said earlier, that's very unfortunate when you need your players to be stopping a running back and you want to put pressure on the quarterback. Hopefully, the rest of the Cobras team is going to be able to pull up the slack and that injury won't hurt them too much on defense.
Ashley Jackson gets the handoff, and she's going to get the first down, and she's going to get up to the 41-yard line as the Cobras are indeed looking to Ashley Jackson.
Ashley always does a good job, and you always need at least two people to be able to tackle her. That's one of the things that really, really hurt Syracuse when we watched them in their playoff game, is they'd put one person on Ashley, and she'd blow right past him and run 30 yards. Looks like the Orcas are doing a little bit of a better job keeping at least two people ready to take her down.
Hunter Jones is going to go to the fullback, and he's only going to get 3 yards on the play. Fellatio on the reception. Second and 7 from the Cobras' 44-yard line. Jackson alone in the backfield with two receivers to Jones's left. And it is going to go to Ashley Jackson. She only gets about a yard as the Cobras are going to keep running no huddle again here. It is going to create a 3rd and 5. Let's see what they do here on 3rd down. Jones taking his time to snap the ball, and it is going to go to Ashley Jackson. She gets met at the line of scrimmage. Cobras are going to have to punt here after a good stop by the Orcas defense.
It's not really recommended to go into no huddle on 3rd down. I would just take your time and look through the playbook. You don't want to do anything rash that's going to have to cause you to punt the ball away.
4th and 5. The Cobras punter out on the field, ready to give the Orcas the ball back. The punt is away as Tristan Carr receives it up deep, and he is going to get stopped right away. Special teams making no mistakes on that one.
So for the offense for the Orcas, we have not seen them do a whole lot. The points they have so far came from Tristan Carr getting a kick return touchdown. But we haven't seen a whole lot from Tristan Carr on offense, and they've stalled out a few times. So they really need to show some life in the offense. Otherwise, it's going to be a tough game. They have to keep up with how the rest of the team is playing.
First and 10 from their own 18-yard line. Long way to go. 3 receivers out wide. It is going to go to Tristan Carr, and he's going to be dragging defenders with him as he goes for 6 yards.
I think the Orcas are going to stay in the run game, but I don't think they're going to use no huddle. I think they're going to take their time and try to comb through their playbook and try to find the right plays that's going to leave some nice mismanaged opportunities from the Cobras to be able to slip Tristan Carr through the defense towards the end zone.
2nd and 4 from the 24-yard line. It is going to go to Tristan Carr again, and he's going to make spin, and he's going to get the first down.
So far, so good. 2 runs and a first down for the Orcas. I assume they're probably going to start mixing in some pass plays as well. They just need to be careful because not only do they not have a star quarterback, but they're also against the best secondary in the league.
Not only no star quarterback, but also no star receivers, as Thickness is going to throw, and it is going to go out to a receiver, and it is caught. Taken down by Khalil Cohen. That is... I don't know any of these generics names.
2nd and 3, they could probably go back to running if they want to, which is their safest bet so far, knowing how dangerous passing can be against this team specifically.
2nd and 3, 2 receivers set, 1 out to each side. Tristan Carr in the backfield. He's going to hand it off to Tristan Carr, and he's going to get met in the backfield. Get stopped by a Cobras defense. I believe that is... one of them was Danny Colon on that tackle. And that is Mike Oxbig on the other one.
Very good job by the Cobras to get into the offense in the backfield and take Tristan Carr down behind the line of scrimmage.
3rd and 3, 2 receivers out wide. It is going to go to Tristan Carr. Is he going to get the first down? Yes, he will. First down for Tristan Carr and the Orcas offense, and they are rolling.
Carr has always been that running back that has good runs and bad runs. There's a lot of times he'll get stuck behind the line of scrimmage, but he just runs so much. He might have a low average, but every now and again he'll break out those 20, 30-yard runs, and he just always does enough to help his team get the win in most of the games he's played.
New set of downs. Thickness has got 2 receivers out wide, and is going to go to Tristan Carr again, and he's found a hole, and he's got about 6 yards on that play.
Orcas are moving slowly, but they're moving in the right direction so far. They haven't stalled out too much yet, which is a good thing for them. Cobras need to make sure they don't push too far into field goal range.
2nd and 4 from midfield. Thickness has got 2 out wide and 2 in the backfield, and is going to go to Tristan Carr, and he's got space, and he's going to get taken down just before the first down. 3rd and 1 for the Orcas. They are moving slowly, but they are moving.
They got decision time. Do you want to trust Tristan Carr to get 1 yard? I believe he can, but Chapel Hill probably should know that they're going to do that and get ready to try to stop him at the line again. Otherwise, they could try to fake him out and go for a pass. We'll see what they decide to do.
And it's quite possible they are going to run here with Tristan Carr in the backfield and 2 receivers out wide. And it is going to go to Tristan Carr, but he is going to get met in the backfield. What a stop by the Cobras to bring him back to midfield. Bubba Gump on the tackle.
As soon as Carr moved over to the outside, I saw those 3 people not block those 3 Chapel Hill Cobras on the outside, and I knew there was no way he was making it through that. So a really good job, like I said, by the Cobras to know they were probably going to run and to make sure they knew what side he was going to. Forces them to punt. They're definitely not going to be able to take a field goal from here.
And that is going to do it for the first quarter here. We have a tie game between the Cobras and the Orcas, 7-7.
I think these are 2 of the most equally balanced and matched teams you'll find in this league.
And to begin the second quarter, the Orcas are going to have to punt here. Give Hunter Jones and Ashley Jackson and company another chance to run at the end zone. Ashley Jackson's going to get the ball. She's going to shove a defender to the floor and get to about the 15-yard line.
Well, whoever number 5 is, usually what ends up happening when people catch a punt is they catch the punt and then they're the ones that got hit, but The first person that came in contact with Ashley Jackson just got rolled over, unfortunately.
She has quite a habit of sending people to the Shadow Realm. As we are on 1st and 10 from the Cobras 15-yard line, they have a minute to go as they have a long way to the end zone. And Jones is going to throw on 1st down, and he's going to go to the middle, and it is going to be caught, but he's running backwards. Oh my goodness, what was he doing there, Shea Carroll? He had the 1st down.
They're going to call that a 2nd and 1. I think he lost about 5 yards worth of field position on that.
And the one time something goes wrong in the passing game, and it is not Hunter Jones' fault, it really has you thinking. As he's got 4 out wide, and he's going to hand it off to Ashley Jackson. She is going to get the 1st down, and she's got room. She shoves her defender to the floor, and she's down the sideline. She is gone. She's out to the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Cobras. Holy smokes.
As soon as she got that ball, went to the left side, and I saw nobody there, and then all of a sudden we see one person to come into frame. I knew for a fact at that point she was gone already. Like right here, I knew it was over. All she had to do was get through one person, and it was done. And that's who she is. She's so good. If you have her one-on-one, you're gonna lose, and you're gonna, you always have to have at least 2 people. You need a safety watching her, or a linebacker, or both. You need a lot of people making sure she doesn't go anywhere.
And that was Mahmoud Ashlani who got sent to the Shadow Realm that time, as Mike Hawk is out on the field for the extra point to put the Cobras up 7. Seen 2 big plays by both running backs in this game so far. As the extra point is good. 10 minutes to go in the first half. Cobra's about to kick the ball back to the Orcas.
Orca's best play so far in the game has come on a kick return, so every time Ashley Jackson scores, she gives the Orcas another chance for Tristan Carr to try to run it back again.
And the ball is away for the Orcas to receive. Tristan Carr on the receiving end of it, and he is running. And he's going to get stopped this time at the 26-yard line for Jehovah Thickness to come out on the field.
We saw some good stuff out of the Orcas on their last drive. They just stalled out a little bit around midfield, or just after midfield, and unfortunately weren't able to get into field goal range. That's kind of the issue with this team, is they move slowly, but they end up moving, and if they stall out, it takes them a while, and it's very difficult for them to get into the other people's territory. That's why they depend so much on that defense to get turnovers.
1st and 10, Tristan Carr to run, and he's not going to get too far. He does get a nice 5 yards on that play. And look at the running back comparison there.
You can definitely tell that AJ is definitely doing a lot better. Ashley is. And Tristan always seems to run well, but statistically it's usually never great.
2nd and 5 from the Orcas 31-yard line. 2 receivers out wide. And it is going to go to Tristan Carr, and he's got a lot of space, but he gets just enough for the 1st down there.
In the previous game for the Orcas, we looked against the Fighter Jets, and one of the things we realized that there are so many turnovers that cost them points for the Fighter Jets, that if the Orcas hadn't got those turnovers, they wouldn't have won the game.
And Tristan Carr gets the handoff once again and gains 4 yards on that play. A lot of small gains for the running back on the Orcas.
So not only will Tristan Carr need to step up his game to continue to help his team, but he's going to need that defense to get some takeaways as well. Otherwise, I don't know if Tristan Carr is going to be able to be a one-man wrecking machine like Ashley is and win this entire game without any help.
2nd and 6, I formation, and it's going to go to Tristan Carr, and he shoves the defender to the floor, but it doesn't get very far. It gets about 2 to set up another 3rd down from the Orcas' 42-yard line.
Time to see what Orcas got in their bag of tricks. 3rd and 4, and they can't keep punting the ball back to Chapel Hill. That's not a good way to win the game.
Another good play there made by Bubba Gump as Tristan Carr's going to get the handoff. And will he get there? No, they're going to say he's just short.
You know, he lowered his head, and I think he started out running a little bit too slowly. I'm surprised he ended up deciding to do that. Unfortunately, it's going to cost them to punt, but
Yeah,
it looks like they're going to be
and they are going
challenging
to
the
be
play.
challenging it. I was going to say that might be a play worth challenging there. And indeed, Crash Combs has decided he wants to do it. Let's see what we got here.
See where the ball is. It
The
looks like the ball
ball,
falls over.
it
Let's
actually
see.
might be
Let's see where his
just
knee
enough
is.
to overturn it. It's hard to see there with 26. Yeah, I think he's got it. I think that's going to be
Yeah,
reversed.
ball goes over, and his knee does not go down quite yet.
After review, the call on the field is
Yep, and it is indeed going to be reversed. That is going to end up being a first down for the Orcas.
It's probably a good call by Crash to be able to challenge that, but Tristan Carr so nearly ended up being short on his own just because he's a little too slow getting started on that run.
He is indeed a big man. A guy that big is going to be hard to get up to speed. And first and 10 from the 47-yard line after the successful challenge, and it's going to go to Tristan Carr. He gets around, and he's going to get about 6 yards on the play.
Orca slowly moving back to midfield. They're now past midfield at the 47, so they have at least 15 or so more yards to be able to be looking at kicking a field goal, I would say. And this is where they stalled out previously, so let's see if they got anything up their sleeves to get them a little bit further down the field.
Tristan Carr gets the handoff once again, and he's going to get the first down. Bring it up to the Chapel Hill 42-yard line. And they are once again driving.
I think they've done runs almost the entire time this drive. I think they need to start mixing it up a little bit and start throwing the ball. Probably need to do short passes and don't test those safeties or corners out too far.
All right, first and 10, fresh set of downs. And Thickness is in fact going to throw. Takes a while, but he does have a man. That is going to be a first down.
From where people were positioned, I was very, very confused that that actually wasn't intercepted. I wanted to take another look at that.
That was Killmonger on the reception.
Okay. Nobody is just close enough as to the outside. It must just have been a weird angle from where we were looking at it, but I thought he could have gotten in front of that a lot faster, but it didn't look like he could. But he does throw an awfully wobbly football, I do say so.
First and 10, handoff is going to go to Tristan Carr, and he is going to get about 5 yards on the play. More short runs.
Tristan had some blockers on that one, but he really just couldn't outrun that defense of the Cobras. I think if there was a faster running back, they would have gotten around to the outside and probably was able to get further. So you can see that his size is kind of a detriment in this game so far.
2nd and 5 from Chapel Hill territory on the 27-yard line. Thickness calling a audible here. Let's see what they go. Tristan Carr in the backfield, and it is going to go to Tristan Carr to the outside. He's got good blockers out there, and he is going to get the first down.
It's really taking a beating so far in this game. You know, I wonder if that's going to come back to hurt him later in the game, if he's going to start getting tired. How long are you going to be able to keep running the ball? Ashley runs the ball a lot, but she doesn't run nearly as much as the Orcas are going to run Tristan.
It is another handoff, and he's going to get taken down. They're going to say he's lost a yard on that play. And he is indeed getting a lot of handoffs, and you wonder when he's going to start getting gassed.
I think they need to start switching it up again and pass again, try to make it a third and manageable for Tristan if they're going to run it on third down, but they probably need to pick up about 5 or 6 yards through the air on this play if they can.
2nd and 11 after Sagandis Nuts made the play there. And it is going to go to Tristan Carr, and he is going to get quite a few yards to make it 3rd and short. Just manageable there for the Orcas.
So they got the yards they needed, but I was hoping they would do it through the air. Otherwise, they probably have to just run them again now. And then start thinking about what they want to do as they get closer and closer to the red zone. Actually, they should be within the red zone now, I believe.
I
Let's see
think
what yard
they
line
are
they're
just
on.
at the 17.
Yep.
No, they're at the 14. Yeah.
14. So they're within the 20. They're in the red zone now.
All right, 3rd and 3. Another third down that the Orcas here have to convert. 2 receivers out wide in I formation. And it is going to go to Tristan Carr indeed, and he's got the first down. It is going to make it to the 7-yard line. The Orcas are getting real close, and he is slow to get up there. He's looking pretty gassed to me.
Well, Orcas are probably saying we only got 7 more yards to go. Go get the yards and then go sit down.
We still see him in the huddle there. And do we see him there? Yes, we do. There is Tristan Carr in a single back and 3 receivers to Thickness's left. The Cobras are going to have to find a way to stop him here. And he is going to get the handoff, and the Cobras do get some negative yards on that play.
After all that, he's only up to 81 yards and still has 0 touchdowns. So he's improving, but I think his average is probably not improving so much.
Crash Cove says he just methodically keeps running at you. And that is what they do again. Tristan Carr gets the handoff, and he gets shoved to the floor. Making another 3rd down from 6 yards.
Now you're in a bit of trouble. You have to go 6 yards on this play, otherwise you're kicking a field goal. And sometimes Tristan has gotten 6 yards, but they can be bunched up a lot better near the goal line, so it's going to be a lot harder for him to run.
All right, big 3rd down here for the Orcas, and they're going to want to tie this game up here as they got split back in 3 receivers out wide. It's going to go to not Tristan Carr. What in the world? And he's going to lose 4 yards on that play. Shervon Prasad.
Even if
Sorry.
that was, sorry about that. I was going to say, even if that was Tristan Carr, I don't think that would have worked. Look at that. 4 people immediately got to him, and they would have probably gotten him down. So, unfortunately, some bad play design is going to force them to have to settle for a field goal and potentially be down 4 points if they're able to make it.
And for once, my useless brother makes a play here as they are going to force a field goal here by the Orcas. The kick is up, and it is good. To make it a 4-point game, the Orcas are trailing the Cobras.
Brother is helping you out a little bit by going backward.
Getting ready to kick the ball back here. Ashley Jackson up deep to receive it. Up the middle, and she is going to get up to the 23-yard line. She gets hit pretty hard.
We have 2 minutes until halftime, so it's time to see if they start putting the 2-minute drill, if they keep running with Ashley, or they try to start passing down the field to get touchdown before we get to halftime.
2:12 remaining on the clock here, and all 3 timeouts in play for both teams. First and 10 from the 23-yard line. And Jones is going to pass it, and it is going to go to the fullback. He's got a little bit of room to run, and he's going to get 8 yards on the play. And here is the 2-minute warning. The Cobras have the ball with the lead, 14-10, looking to run the score up a little bit more to make it more manageable. Sir Chappelle in the chat says, "Look at that disgusting face." I assume he was talking about the kicker with the fucked up face. 3 in the backfield, 1 receiver out wide after the 2-minute warning. 2nd and 2. It's going to go to Ashley Jackson up the middle, and she's just going to get enough for that first down.
You know, Crash imports all our team water from West Virginia.
Interesting.
Felt like that might be a relevant fact to mention.
To do with the fucked up faces.
Maybe.
First and 10. Jackson's going to get the handoff and just somehow doesn't get taken down in the backfield and gets 7 on that play.
Clock's ticking down. They're down to 1:20 seconds. They're up to the 40-yard line, but they probably need to move a little bit quicker.
2nd and 3. Clock ticking down. 3 in the backfield. It looking like run formation again. And it is a run formation. Ashley Jackson gets the carry. She's got room to run, and she gets the first down, and they're going to start running no huddle here. And Jones is going to throw this time, and it's going to go out to Ashley Jackson to the sideline, and she's going to get out of bounds. Stop the clock there after gaining 3 yards on the play.
Probably just better off to stop the clock and not have to worry about it than try to take out 3 people. It obviously wasn't going to happen. Ashley's good, but 3 people would probably stop her, and then they need to be careful of the clock. So they're very close. They're within about 15 yards or so of field goal range. So the Orcas really need to do what they can to keep them out before we get to halftime.
2nd and 7 from the 44-yard line in Orcas territory. Jones is going to throw here, and it's going to go out to Senor Chappelle, and he gets hit down hard. He's going to get the first down, and the Cobras are going to use their first time out.
I'm a little surprised. I wasn't sure if he was hit down before he went over the line. Ultimately, it doesn't matter. They're at the 37-yard line, so they probably would have been able to kick a field goal, but that seemed awfully close to me when I first saw it. For a second, I thought we weren't going to get players on that one. Just showed the ball and nobody else.
1st and 10. Ashley Jackson in the backfield. 3 receivers out wide. 43 seconds remaining on the clock. Jones is going to throw. He's got good blocking, and boy, Shea Carroll gets knocked down there after gaining 6 yards. And they're going to keep going no huddle. Jones to throw again, and he's going to go deep. Has he got a guy? No, it's going to be intercepted by this other bastard with me on the freaking call.
That's how you stop a team from scoring before halftime. I was about to say they have to be careful and not test these people too much. The Orcas secondary really wasn't showing up as much as I had thought they would. But there we go, able to stop you guys from scoring before halftime and give us, looks like 25 seconds to get into the end zone.
This motherfucker. I'll be right back. I'm going to go smack the shit out of Hunter Jones real quick. I think this is going to change the play at the line of scrimmage. 1st and 10 from their own 7-yard line. They're going to run it to Tristan Card. He's going to get met in the backfield after losing 2. And the clock is going to keep running as I think they're just going to let it go to halftime. The tackle made by Hugh Jass.
Not too bad of an idea just to let it run down to halftime, considering you just got bailed out of a pretty stressful situation where it was going to potentially be 7 or 21 to 10 going into half.
I think this is going to throw. It's going to go out to Tristan, and he's going to get taken down, and that is going to do it for the first half there. That was not Tristan, but it is halftime here in San Juan as Chapel Hill Cobras lead on the road 14-10 going into halftime. Here, look at some of the stats here.
2 turnovers by the Cobras, and it's not enough to give the Orcas the lead. That interception didn't lead to any points just because there wasn't enough time on the clock to do anything. But 21 passing yards and 76, they're behind in just about every stat category. One of the big things is they're not the Cobras are not throwing a lot, so it's not giving the secondary a ton of opportunities to take football away. And that's really what allows this team to shine, is they keep getting these takeaways from these other teams, and it gives Tristan more opportunities and less opportunities for the other team. And that's usually what keeps the Orcas ahead. But if they continue to run and they can't stop Ashley, then the Cobras are probably going to run away with this one.
Yeah, and as we were talking about that rushing game there, 134 yards for 2 touchdowns for Ashley Jackson. However, Tristan Carr does have the only touchdown for the Orcas, but it was not on offense. It was on special teams.
It's definitely been a tough game so far for the Orcas, but it's only a 4-point game. There's so much football left to be had, and these running backs always do spectacular things, and they could, do back-to-back touchdowns for a while. Before you know it, it could be, the score could be in the 30s by the end of the game.
Yeah, the Orcas are going to have to make some kind of a change on offense because they are running Tristan Carr to death, and he's not getting very many yards on each of them. And you kind of wonder when he's going to get too tired to be getting more carries. I mean, I don't know how many he has at this point.
We mainly run on the mentality that he doesn't have to run after this game anymore.
As we are back here in San Juan to get ready for the second half as the Cobras are going to kick and the Orcas are going to get the ball first.
The Cobras are kicking off. Powell back for the return.
Wycock to kick it, and it is away. Let's get it for the last half of the first season of the APFSL. Tristan Carter return, and he is away. He's going to get another return. He is gone down the sideline. 20-15, 10-5. Touchdown, Orcas, as they take the lead almost immediately into the second half. Only 11 seconds in.
That's what happens when you give them a break and then you kick right back to them again. That's probably why we decided to defer when we won the toss and decided to defend and kick away the ball to you guys. It really is good opportunity. That's now the way that we scored most of our points, except a field goal. So, I guess it works. It's not quite how I expected the Orcas to win this game if they're able to come away with this one, but if it works, you might as well keep at it.
And all of a sudden, we have a whole different headline here as the Orcas are now in the lead. The extra point pending. Looking to make it a 3-point game. The kick is up and it is good. 17-14, the home team leads.
Time to see how Ashley Jackson's going to respond, or whether the Orcas get an opportunity to take the ball away again.
Second kick return for Tristan Carr in this game. No scores outside of a field goal on offense for the Orcas. And they are winning. And the kick is up. And we might be seeing the Cobras offense here. And Jackson has a little bit of room to run, but she's going backwards and she's only going to get to the 24-yard line. And now we will see our first offensive action of the second half as Hunter Jones comes out onto the field.
So far, the offensive battle has definitely been won by the Cobras.
But they are being punished for special teams play. And Jones is going to throw on first down, but it is going to go to Ashley, and she's going to get met in the backfield as she loses 2.
Looks like Siege Falco was on the tackle out of bounds.
Just going to set up a little bit longer second down. 2nd and 12 from their own 23-yard line. Let's see how they line up here. It's going to be a single back with Jackson in the backfield. 3 receivers out wide. And Jones is going to throw, and he's going to get a little bit of yardage back. No, they're going to say that's incomplete.
I thought he was definitely in bounds. We'll have to take a look at the replay if we get an opportunity to do so. I was about to say that would be a great opportunity for them. It looks like they're going to.
We are going to challenge it. Good challenge by Sir Chappelle, the head coach of the Cobras.
Whether the pass was caught in bounds.
All he needs is 1 foot in bounds. So let's see if we can just get 1 foot, 1 knee, 1 anything in bounds before he steps out.
On first look, I thought he had both. And he does
There's,
have both.
yep.
That is definitely going to be reversed.
After review, the pass has been ruled complete.
There we go. That is going to make it a shorter third down for Chapel Hill, but not an ideal way to start out a drive.
Third down.
Certainly a lot better than it could have been, and it's good. They've made it third manageable. Was it 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5 now? 3rd and 5. So gives them a good opportunity to try to convert. Ashley could pick it up, or they could throw.
3rd and 5 here for the Cobras. Jones has got 3 receivers out wide, and it's going to go to Ashley Jackson. She is going to get the first down, but not without it costing a big hit by the Orcas defense.
Somebody got behind the line pretty quickly, and she was able just to get through there. I was almost thinking somebody might grab her behind the line at scrimmage, but it just didn't happen. So I knew she had a good opportunity to pick up that first down, and now they can pretty much do whatever they want with the playbook now that they got 1st and 10 all over again.
After a good play by Ashley Jackson, 3 receivers out wide, and Jones is going to throw, and he's going to lob it up, and it is caught by Shea Carroll as he is down the sidelines, and it is a touchdown for Chapel Hill. They strike back almost immediately.
Looked like somebody went from the ball and just missed it. I'm kind of curious to see what exactly went wrong and who's getting fired next week.
What a catch by Shea Carroll, one-handed there. That
Looks
was
like Siege
Mahmoud.
Falco jumped for it, so nobody's getting fired.
Mahmoud Ashlani was the closest defender there, and you towards the end.
Definitely a very good play by the Cobras. Just had people beat, just couldn't catch people. And really good play to make it now a 20, potentially 21-17 game.
Extra point pending by Mike Hawk, and he comes through for the Cobras as the extra point is good. The Cobras take the lead right back.
I got a good line prepped and ready to go for when you guys miss a field goal.
Oh no. You know, I almost want to hear it now.
Just wait till you miss a field goal and you will.
That chance won't come up because we won't be kicking field goals no more. As Tristan Carr receives, and he's going to get tackled this time as the shaky Cobra special teams defense tackles him at the 27-yard line.
Time for this Orcas offense to get moving down the field. They haven't scored any points yet in this game on offense besides special teams and field goal work.
1st and 10 for the Orcas offense. Will they continue to keep handing it off to Tristan Carr here? Yes, they will, and he's got a lot of room ahead of him. A good block on the side, and he's going to get taken down after a big gain by Bubba Gump.
I don't know if it scared you as much as it scared me as soon as I saw all those blockers ahead of him and nobody next to him. I knew he had a potential to go pretty far, and it didn't go as far as it certainly could have, but Chapel Hill did a really good job of one-on-one tackling in the open field.
Yeah, that definitely, my heart stopped on that. I thought he was going to be gone again. But that replay, really, that replay crew really wanted to get a look at R62's ass there. As the Orcas line up at the 46-yard line, 1st and 10 after a big play by Tristan Carr. And it is going to go to Tristan Carr again. He's going to get about 4 on the play.
With respect to the camera people looking at R62's ass, what AJ Francis does in his free time is none of your business.
He did say that. It is none of my business, apparently.
2nd and 6 from your Orca 50-yard line.
Just thickness and Tristan Carr, but he is going to throw. And he's got a little bit of room, and he's going to pick up the first down.
That's the thing about the Orcas offense is they continually move, but they end up stalling out a little bit. Just they always end up having trouble making it all the way down the field. To make it to midfield or a little bit further, and they just can't complete drives.
Looks like there's two 84s on this offense, because that is a tight end. I was about to say that looks like that was Tristan Carr, but it in fact was not.
Yeah, we have a couple people that share jersey numbers. The kicker and a great strong safety share jersey number, and so does that tight end.
So you got split backfield, first and 10 from the 38. It is going to go to Carr. He runs the other way. He is going to gain 3.
Tristan Carr is averaging 4.3 yards per carry, which, in comparison to what you think he would be at when it comes to his yards and his touchdowns for the season, he always has fairly low yards per carry that always seems to run well enough to help the team win.
Hand off to Carr again, and he's going to drag a defender with him, but gets taken down at 2 yards away from the first down marker. Way to wrap him up by the Cobras defense.
Tristan always struggles a little bit to go through people, and as soon as somebody makes contact with him, he usually goes down pretty quick. That's the difference between him and Ashley Jackson. You can almost never take down Ashley one-on-one in the open field.
All right, another third down here, but a short third down for the Orcas. He's got 3 receivers out wide, and is going to go to Tristan Carr, and he is going to pick up the first down, just barely picking it up. Taken down by Bubba Gump.
Still plenty of time left in this game, so if they want to keep running, as long as they can keep moving, it'll be okay for them, but they need to start making some stops on defense.
In Cobra's territory on the 27-yard line. This has got Tristan Carr behind him and a receiver out wide. And it is going to go to Tristan Carr. And he is going to get 7 yards on the play. Good run from Tristan Carr on first down.
Once he got contacted, he got about an extra 3 yards or so falling forward. I think it helps because of how tall he is. Once he starts falling forward, he gets like an extra 4 feet.
Second and 3 from the Cobras, 21 yard line.
2nd and 3 here for the Orcas. They're looking to take the lead right back from the Cobras. It's going to go to Tristan Carr. Surprise, surprise. And he is able to pick up the first down. Just barely got that. Forward progression is going to give it to him.
Doing a really good job of making sure the ball ends up over the line before he gets hit. Is picked up a couple first downs that way now that they're up to the 17-yard line. And boy, that is a big quarterback.
Talking about a good pound game. No pause. As it's 1st and 10, split backs, 3 receivers out wide. And it is going to go to Tristan Carr, and he's going to get to the outside. He's got a little bit of room, but he is going to get 6 yards. Oh, maybe that wasn't Tristan Carr. That was Collins, the backup.
Down to the 11-yard line, they need to be careful. And the closer and closer they get, the harder it's going to be to run.
2nd and 4 from the 11-yard line. And this time it's not going to be Carr, but he is going to get them into the end zone. Touchdown, Orcas, and they take the lead back again.
It's a little bit unexpected. I don't know if Tristan Carr is tired or hungry or what, but we need a new stick. Who knows? But just giving it off to the halfback, was able to get 10 yards. Fresh set of legs, gets 10 yards into the end zone.
Looked like they were about to get stopped right at the goal line, but they just didn't quite do it. And Tristan Carr was just too tired to carry those loads in the end. And the kicker with the fucked up face, Chip Longfellow, is up for the extra point to make it a 3-point game. Oh, and it could have been blocked, but the extra point is good for Longfellow. And the Orcas now lead 24-21.
So the game's about as close as I had expected it to be, but it's not quite how I expected the actual gameplay to go. I thought there would be a lot more passing by the Cobras, and I thought there would be more movement from the secondary of the Orcas. But so far, in almost a completely mismatched fashion, the Orcas seem to be putting it together.
Jackson receives it after the kickoff, and she's going to be trying to get a return, but she's not going to. She gets to the 25-yard line.
Without those two kick return touchdowns, you guys would be up by 11 points right now.
Yeah, goddamn special teams are all going to be fired after today. As we're here with Hunter Jones on 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. 2 receivers out to his left. Ashley Jackson in the backfield. And Jones is going to throw, and it's going to go to Ashley, and she's on the sideline, and she gets tackled after 3 yards. Crash Combs here making a play.
You know, not a lot of people can take down Ashley Jackson in the open field, but one of the things we always say is Crash Combs can tackle.
In Seattle, they say he can't cover, but I guess the thing is he can tackle here. As we're 2nd and 7. And it's going to, no, it's play action. And he's going to get a man. He has Shea Carroll open, runs out of bounds at the 44-yard line.
Looks like one of the Orca defenders really got faked out on that play.
Faked me out too. Good play by Hunter Jones to find his man there near the sides.
It's
Good
Crash
route there.
Combs.
It was Crash, so he still can't cover.
You learn stuff every day.
First and 10 after the good throw by Hunter Jones. Ashley Jackson in the backfield. And it is going to go to Ashley Jackson. She gets met in the backfield.
Great double team and to take Ashley down, and I don't think I was in on the tackle, but I was there for some reason.
It was Chongo on the tackle. Troy, no, not Troy, Dirk Chongo. 2nd and 11 after a loss of 1. And Jones is going to throw, but it's going to go straight to Ashley, and he's got a blocker and going to gain about 7 on the play to make it 3rd and 4 at midfield.
Good tackle by Marcus Dunhill. One-on-one tackle against Ashley Jackson. Takes some real talent to take Ashley down in the open field.
And it looks like Shea Carroll's on the sideline there as they line up for 3rd. It's a possible run here, but no, Hunter Jones is going to throw. And no, he drops it. Had an easy catch right there, but Siege Falco, I guess, got there just in time to force an incomplete. And the Cobras are going to punt here.
To me, it looked like he just didn't turn around quick enough to try to get his hands on the ball before Siege hit him. So, unfortunately, that's really going to hurt Chapel Hill because they haven't stalled out on offense too much in this game.
I think it's their 2nd punt of the game, if I remember right.
Orcas definitely love to be in control of the game, and this is not a good place for Chapel Hill to be in.
They're going to have to hope they can stop Tristan Carr here as he gets the ball and does not get anywhere. At the 12-yard line for Jehovah Thickness is asked to get out on the field.
So the next play will be within the next 2 minutes or so as he walks onto the field.
First and 10 from the Orcas 12-yard line. Tristan Carr in the backfield. And Thickness is going to throw. And, oh, he overcommitted to that pass deflection. That was Cohen. And Charles Ball makes the stop eventually.
You know, it's kind of funny when your tight end is smaller than your running back.
Tristan Carr is a massive dude. He's no Optimus Klein, but...
So that's your smaller tight end, Tristan Carr.
First and 10 after a good play on a passing down. Make it 1st and 10 at the 25. It's going to be a quarterback sneak. And he somehow gets 6 yards on that play. Jehovah Thickness.
Man, when somebody tells him there's pizza, he moves.
There is an eye in pizza.
Let's all play hands up right here.
God damn, Crash. You had to put that in there, didn't you? pause. And Tristan Carr is going to get to the outside, and he's got room to run, and he gets the first down.
So far, the drive's looking good for the Orcas. Just got ended up not wanting to go through the middle. There just was somebody there and went out to the right side and was able to pick up the first down.
All right. And we're now at 1st and 10 from the Orcas 40-yard line. Split backs, 3 receivers out wide. And Tristan Carr is going to get there. And he shoves Bubba Gump to the floor, but doesn't get taken down after a gain of 8.
The Orcas really love to be in control of the clock when they're up with the football because they can take so much time off the clock that it really puts the other teams in a bind. So they really need to capitalize on this to put the pressure back on Chapel Hill so that taking the time off the clock doesn't come back to bite them. But you don't want to be playing from behind against the Orcas for too long.
And Thickness is calling a change at the line. And he's going to hand it off to Tristan Carr, who's going to get to the outside, and he's got room to run, and he's going to get taken down by a potential touchdown saving tackle by Charles Ball.
It's really too bad that block didn't hold up, otherwise I thought he would have been long gone. Very fortunate for the Chapel Hill defense.
Yeah, the Cobras are going to have to hope they can hold to a field goal here, as they're just unable to have an answer for Tristan Carr, who is not going to get the carry this time. Thickness is going to throw, and it's going to be intercepted! Wow.
Looks like Thickness is not too happy about that one.
Ike Ucker. I don't even know what I tried to make his name, but he has the interception for the Cobras defense. A big, big, big missed opportunity here for the Orcas to almost put this game away.
Time to see if Chapel Hill is going to make something out of this. Otherwise, could be a missed opportunity for them as well.
4 receivers out wide. It's going to go to Ashley Jackson, and she shoves a guy to the floor. Oh my, and another. Oh my goodness. What a play by Ashley Jackson.
I'm not exactly sure what happened. She started running the wrong direction at first and then just started going through person after person. It looks like trying to see who was getting trucked and who was tackling, but I didn't get a good look at him.
Good lord, she just ended 2 people's lives right there, sending them down straight to the Shadow Realm. And 3 in the backfield for Hunter Jones on the offense. But he is going to throw, and it's going to go to Ashley Jackson. He's got to get the block right there, but only going to gain 4.
It could have worked out really, really well considering a couple people bid on the run and 2 or 3 people were in the backfield for the Orcas.
That will do it for the 3rd quarter here in San Juan. The Chapel Hill Cobras get the big steal on that interception, and they're driving to try to take the lead back as they trail 21-24. Get those 4s up in the chat, folks. We have a game here.
Look alive on this one.
2nd and 6. Beginning of the 4th quarter here. It's going to go to Ashley Jackson, and she drags 2 defenders, but only gains 3 yards on the play.
This kind of pickup should be no problem for us. Let's go.
Hunter Jones has 199 yards, but 2 picks, which is what's killing his rating. He does have the touchdown too. 3rd and 3 here. Big 3rd down, and they are going to throw. And Jones is going to go down for a sack. Big, big missed opportunity. That is Chongo again, I believe.
It's going to push the Cobras out of field goal range and give the Orcas another opportunity to eat the clock some more.
Missed opportunity here, and the Orcas are going to be able to kill time off the clock as Mike Hunt punts the ball away. And will they pin them here? No! He's going to run straight into the end zone! Come on, man! What the fuck?
He ran about 7 yards after he caught the football. He could have probably just stopped.
Shit. That
It's
was
gonna put the Orcas at the 20-yard line.
that was dumb as fuck. Anyways, 20-yard line for the Orcas. Single back formation, Tristan Carr in the backfield. Thickness is going to throw again after the interception, but this time it is going to be complete. Gain of 6 on the play.
It always seems like the Orcas are doing the most strange things possible on the field, but it all seems to work together. You know, they don't seem to play a cohesive game of football like all the other teams do.
2nd and 4 after the complete pass by Thickness. 3 receivers out wide. He's going to go to Tristan Carr, and he is going to get met in the backfield. Loss of 1 on the play. If the Cobras can get a stop here, that'll be huge.
Can you see the difference between the running average being twice as high for Ashley Jackson? Clock's going down a little bit, but the Orcas are definitely in need of a first down, and 5 yards might be a little bit too much to ask. So I would expect to see a throw, and hopefully there won't be another interception for the Orcas.
But it is going to go to Tristan Carr, and he's going to complete the first down, pushing defenders off of him. Big play by Tristan Carr.
Every time you see a first down like this, it equals about another 2 minutes or so coming off the clock. Time to see if the Orcas are going to be able to put up some points and take time off the clock and put Chapel Hill in a much harder situation, or if Chapel Hill is going to be able to get the ball back again, because there's only so many times you can keep going back and forth until the game just ends, and the Cobras need at least 3 points to go to overtime.
1st and 10. Tristan Carr is going to get the handoff. He's got a lot of room, and he's going to get another first down.
Getting right to midfield. It looks like just a little bit over midfield. And at that point, it's going to get a little more dangerous for the Cobras because they don't want to give up a field goal.
Yeah, they are getting decently close to field goal range, about 15 yards or so. There is just under 8 minutes to go. The Orcas are hoping they can kill clock and put points on the board. 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line. Tristan Carr somehow doesn't get taken down to the backfield, shoves off defenders, and Bubba Gump finally takes him down, but not before getting the first down.
He's averaging almost another yard per carry after this drive, but I really thought he was going to get tackled in the backfield. You'll see plenty of people there, and they just missed and ran into each other.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell those guys were doing in the backfield, playing with their dicks in the backfield, not tackling properly.
Hey man, when you gotta go, you gotta go.
I guess so, but this time Thickness is going to throw, and it's going to go to Tristan Carr, and he is going to lose yardage on that.
Losing yards is certainly good, but they're still around field goal range, and that's still going to continue to take the clock down. But the good news is, even if they get a field goal, a touchdown will still put the Cobras in the lead.
2nd and 11 after a loss of 1. Split backs, 3 receivers out wide. It's going to go to Tristan Carr, and he finds a hole and gets about 4. Not 4, he gets about 7. And it's going to set up another 3rd down.
Puts them with 3rd and 4, which is good, brings them up to the 26-yard line. So the other one would have been a 50-yard field goal, and that would have been a little bit questionable. Now it's a bit further. Now I assume they're going to try to just run it one more time, see if they can get the 4 yards. If not, they'll just kick the field goal and take 3 points.
No, they are going to throw it here. And he drops the pass. That stops the clock. However, they are in field goal range.
So it looks like they were at the 26-yard line, so it looks like it's going to be a 43-yard field goal from here.
They have a star kicker, so their chances are pretty high of them making this field goal. This Chip Longfellow and the special teams unit comes out onto the field.
Then you have to worry about whether the Cobras are going to run too much and take too much time off the clock. Because if the Orcas can get a stop without the Cobras getting any points, that may be enough to make this game very difficult for the Cobras to come back from. So they'll need to get points on their next drive.
Snap is good. The kick is up. And it is no good! Chip Longfellow misses the field goal from 43.
It's definitely going to make it interesting now. Still only a 3-point game.
And the Cobras take over from the 33-yard line with 6 minutes to go.
First and 10. From the Cobras.
And they're going to line up with split backs and 2 receivers out wide. I guess that's commentator's curse on that missed field goal, huh? And they're going to say that's incomplete to Senior Chappelle. I thought he at least had a foot in bound on that.
Certainly could be the commentator's curse, but it's not the end of the world. If they can stop the Cobras here and force a punt, they'll still be in good shape. No worse off than they were before.
Let's go. Second and 10.
And to the coaching staff at Chapel Hill, not worth the challenge. As they line up on 2nd and 10. Jackson in the backfield, 3 receivers out wide. And it's going to be a quick throw. What a catch and first down. That is Senior Chappelle.
I'm actually a little surprised that ended up being a first down. I did think he went down a little bit early, but I definitely could be wrong.
I think he had just enough to get over. He got pushed over by the line.
I wish those replays would show the line as well.
Yeah, but regardless, what a catch by Senior Chappelle. Set up a first down here. Jones probably thanking his stars that he actually caught that. And there's another quick throw out to Shea Carroll. Gain of 4 on the play.
Got pushed all the way back behind the line of scrimmage.
Fortunately enough, forward progression gave him 4 yards on that play.
Second and 6 from the Cobras. 47
2nd and 6 from the
yard line.
47-yard line. 2 receivers out wide. It is going to go to Ashley Jackson, and she's not going to get too many yards. She gets about 4 yards. However, it does set up a 3rd and short.
Do you guys get wholesale pricing on those boots from Twitch?
Yeah, we do. The socks come with them. 3rd and 2nd here. And Jones is going to throw. It is going to go incomplete.
Landed on his back.
Damn, I don't know why they passed on that. It's a 3rd and short. You might as well hand that ball off to Ashley Jackson.
Makes 4th and 2, so unfortunately they're probably going to need to punt.
Which, are they going to punt? I saw the punter. Yeah, there's the punter. For a second, I thought they were about to go for it. And the Cobras offense is really stalled here. And the punt is away. Hopefully the Cobras will be able to get a stop here as Tristan Carr shoves off a few defenders. Gets a few yards on there out to the 18.
Dangerous place for the Cobras to be in. There's only 5 minutes left in this game. If they start taking the clock all the way down to about the 2-minute warning, the Cobras could be in trouble, especially if the Orcas start putting points on the board as well. They really need to start getting stops and not letting Tristan Carr get first downs in this drive.
And they are going to continue to hand it off to Tristan, but he does not get very far. Only gains a yard.
Clock's definitely going to move down now, so it's probably going to be the Orcas' focus is to take down the clock as much as they can and then give the ball back to the Cobras and hope to stop them. Because I think if they choose some clock, give it back, make some stops, and get the ball back again, that may be enough to win the game. There probably won't be enough time left after that.
And the Cobras are going to have to hope they don't get a first down there. Otherwise, they're going to be in real deep trouble as it is going to go to Tristan Carr. And he is almost going to get the first down and make it 3rd and 2nd. And his numbers are up to 209.
with 0 touchdowns.
Not on
Not
offense,
the
at least.
not the greatest day, but he's definitely being the workhorse that the Orcas need him to be to stay in this game.
They're doing just enough on offense. And I mean, if they are able to produce points some other way that's not on defense, you can just leave it to your defense. I mean, you have 10-star players there, as Tristan Carr is going to lose yards, and oh, it looks like somebody's hurt on the play here. It is a tackle, Charles Chunderson.
It's not so great.
Yeah, it's never something you really want to see here.
I guess it's a good thing there's only 4 minutes left in the game, and our passing game's probably not going to be any better than it usually is. And at this point, we just need to punt the ball away, and then there will be 3.5 minutes for the Cobras to try to not stall out again on offense.
And somehow the clock is stopped there. I guess the injury stopped the clock, which is unfortunate for the player that got injured, but fortunate for the Cobras, as it gives them the time they need as the punt is away. And Jackson receives it, and they are going to have decent field position, almost at the 40.
To make sure you don't make any mistakes now.
Defense did exactly what was needed. Now it's down to Ashley Jackson, Hunter Jones, and this Cobras offense to try and put together a few last good plays to get a touchdown.
Let's make it count. Break.
16 carries, 165 yards for Ashley Jackson. 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line. 4 receivers out wide. Ashley Jackson to the backfield. They might be looking to pass here, and they are. Jones is going to launch it, and it's going to be intercepted. And he just killed any chance the Cobras had.
The thing you can't do against the Orcas is test those corners and safeties deep. Every single time he's made a very deep throw, it really hasn't worked out.
And right before that play, Chappelle in the chat says, "Hunter, please don't screw us." And what does he do? He screws us up the ass.
I'm just a little sad that I wasn't the one who caught that.
That would have been a little too poetic.
I really would have liked that. I
Don't
think
get
it was against
greedy.
you guys maybe that I had those 3 picks earlier in the season.
It probably was. We were past the beginning. And Tristan Carr gets the handoff and is only going to get a yard. Taken down by my loser brother, Shervan Prasad.
So, the worst thing that could happen now, well, not the worst thing, but what's probably going to happen now is you guys are going to lose about 1 minute and 15 seconds on the clock, even if you stop us from getting a first down on this particular drive.
2nd and 9 here. Tristan Carr gets the ball again. He's got a good block. Gets a few yards to make it 3rd and 4. The Cobra still showing a little bit of signs of life. They just need one more stop here.
The Orcas defense is really bailing them out, but the offense needs to step up too. They could very closely put this game away. They couldn't do it with one single first down because you guys would use your timeouts, but 2 first downs with enough time to let them burn a couple timeouts would end the game.
And they're taking their time here to get the snap, but they are going to have to snap the ball once before the 2-minute warning here in the 4th quarter. And no, he's going to go backwards, but he is going to have enough space, and he is going to get the first down. And we are down to the 2-minute warning. What the fuck was that?
That's going to force you guys now to take your timeouts, which is going to make it extremely difficult if you guys do stop them. You'll have about 2 minutes left, but you're not going to have any timeouts to go back the other way.
And, you know, it's the chances of the Cobras are just getting lower and lower. And, you know, even if they are able to get stops from exactly right where they are, they might be getting pinned deep.
I think if you guys are forced to take 2 timeouts before a first down, then a first down will pretty much end the game.
We'll see what happens here. And Tristan's going to get a good play on first down as the Cobras burn their first timeout. 6 yards on the play, 1:56 on the clock.
I'm not entirely sure on the math, but every timeout you take now, is 40 seconds you can't use later.
Second and 4. Lining up in the same formation every time. And they are going to hand it off to Tristan. Surprise, surprise. And he gets the first down. And that almost seals it right there. The Cobras just could not stop him.
So that's going to stop the clock, but it's going to stop the clock on the first down. So they'll be able to run the ball 1, 2, 3 more times with 1 timeout. So you're looking at about 1:20 off the clock. So you guys do have an opportunity, but you can't give up anything on this drive, or on this set of downs.
Second and 7. 1:40 remaining as the Cobras use their last time out.
If you guys are able to stop them twice, you guys might get the ball back with about 21, 22 seconds left.
With how Hunter Jones has been playing this game, I wouldn't be banking on it too much.
At this point, a first down's going to end the game.
It looks like they're already going to start kneeling the ball, so it might as well just be over. And he is going to kneel it, and the clock is now running.
It's not going to be able to run down to 0, though.
They are still going to be able to kick a field goal, though. But it is not going to do enough to where a touchdown would end the game.
I'm surprised they're just going to kneel it instead of trying to run it for 5 more yards to end the game. You know, I don't want to have to give the ball back to you guys because you guys can score and win with a touchdown.
And there it is, the kneel, and they are probably going to be kicking a field goal here.
We already missed 1 field goal, so from here it's going to be a 49-yard field goal.
Hands up! Hands up! Let's knock it down!
And 49 is it's actually longer than the last one. As Chip Longfellow was out on the field, and he's probably feeling the nerves here. It's a championship game. And that clock is running, and you're right, the Cobras are going to have about 30 seconds remaining by the time this field goal is kicked. And it is up. And it is good from 48 yards. 27-21, the Orcas.
26 seconds on the clock, and now you'll need a touchdown. The question is, do you want some long pass magic and hope that the Orcas defense doesn't take it away again? Or do you want to hand the ball off to Ashley Jackson and hope she can run fast enough to get to the end zone with only 26 seconds left and no timeouts? Because if she gets taken down, it's going to take a lot of time to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, she might have a chance here on special teams as the kick is away. Ashley Jackson gets the ball. Is she going to get anywhere? No, she is not. 22-yard line, 21 seconds on the clock.
Do you remember when I did my quick math? I said you guys would have 21 seconds with the ball left.
I do remember that. Well done. And the Orcas are 20 game seconds away from winning the first ever APFSL championship. Hunter Jones is going to throw, and it's going to go out to Ashley Jackson, and she's going to get out of bounds after gaining 5, but also burning 5 off the clock.
52 yards. I'm a little anxious right now with the 16 seconds left. One thing goes wrong for the Orcas, and you guys can definitely win this game. All it takes is getting into the end zone. And if you miss the extra point, it goes to overtime.
2nd and 5 here. Jones is going to throw, and he's going to get taken down for a sack, a loss of 2. They're going to hurry back to the line.
Probably going to be able to snap that one more time.
Jones is taking his sweet-ass time.
The game is over.
And he's going to spike it.
4th and 7. So if this doesn't make it past the first down marker, the game is definitely over for sure. Otherwise, if they go down anywhere in bounds, it's also going to be over. Unless they can get out of bounds and a first down within 4 seconds.
Okay, 4th and 7 here. The potential last play of the first season. Jones is going to throw. He's going to quick launch it, and it's going to be incomplete. And that will do it here from San Juan. The Orcas are the APFSL first season champions. Congratulations to Crash Combs and his team.
Definitely a good game by Chapel Hill. And I knew it was going to be a tough game. I wasn't even sure if we were going to win it, especially how the first half of the game went. Unfortunately, that probably was one of the worst calls to make just at the end of the game, throwing it right over the middle. I get the idea for a quick pass, but you need to do a quick pass to the outside. With 2 seconds left, if somebody on the sideline could have caught that, you would have had 2 seconds to make one more play. But unfortunately, the throw over the middle just wasn't able to do it, and the Orcas are going to walk away 27-21 with the first championship in the league.
And this is it. The first season is over. As mysteriously as it appeared, it now is over.
Look at the time of possession. 15 minutes more of time of possession. We had double the time of possession you guys did in this game.
I mean, I'm not surprised. I mean, with how many yards per carry Tristan Carr was averaging, it was probably between, what, 4 to 6? And that just killed a lot of time off the clock, and the Cobras just couldn't do anything about it. Every time it was 4 yards, 6 yards. I mean, they had a good few stops here and there, but the offense just couldn't convert. It was missed opportunities is just the word of the day here for the Cobras.
And the Orcas played from behind, but then they got to the point where they wanted to be, where I said this just after coming out of halftime. You don't want to play the Orcas from behind, because all they're going to do is continue to run the clock like crazy, and you're going to run out of opportunity.
And who was your finals MVP here?
That's extremely hard to say because Tristan Carr did really good as the workhorse, but his stats weren't anything too special. But he did have those kick return touchdowns, so I'm still going to give it to Tristan Carr.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you on that. I mean, without those kick return touchdowns, it's a whole different story here. The Cobras would win that game without those 2 touchdowns.
Otherwise, I'd probably give it to the strong safety.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you on that. And we will find out momentarily here as we look at. So Shea Carroll had a quietly good game, 116 yards and a touchdown.
You know, unfortunately, when you look at the stats of the game, the stats are going to look way better pretty much across the board for the Cobras. Just those small things, the takeaways, and just not being able to capitalize in the fourth quarter that really killed the Cobras.
And Crash Combs in chat says that's the game plan, control the clock.
Well, it
And
seemed to work.
it worked. It's the combination of you hand the ball off to Tristan Carr, let him control the game, giving him the max value you could give him at 98 overall value, and then just stacking your defense. As we're about to find out who the MVP here is in the championship. And it is, in fact, Tristan Carr. 47 carries. Holy shit. 235 yards, no offensive touchdowns, 227 kick return yards, and 2 touchdowns.
And if you take out those kick return touchdowns, the Cobras would have been well in hand to win the game.
And that will do it from us here in San Juan. Once again, congratulations to the Orcas for winning the championship. And before we log off, I did want to say we are in need of owners. We have an applicant. We are going to need more people to apply. And we would love to be able to keep going for a second season, but we need 2 more owners to continue to do so. So if you are interested or you're thinking about owning a team in the SFL, please, please, please apply to become an owner. The application is in league announcements. I'll tell AJ to put it there once again. I'll probably put it in my locker room, and it would be really special if we were able to continue this for a second season. And with that, I would like to thank AJ Francis for appearing on the broadcast today and for putting together this entire league. Obviously, none of this would be possible without him. All the work that he put in to set everything together for us, with from putting the rosters together, and then obviously Crash Combs for recording all the games for us, making the broadcast team even possible, and the games viewable for all of us, making this league possible. Any closing remarks, Marcus?
I just think it's been a good season. I really hope we can continue this. I've had a lot of fun calling a few games with you in the playoffs. They've been really interesting games to watch so far, and hopefully we can come back next season and do it again.
Right, and also if people out there have any friends that are interested, not openly advertising this in SFL server, obviously, as we're not trying to directly compete with them. Um, but if you are able to bring in people, we are trying to expand the player base too, as well as expand the owners. That would be very ideal. And having said that, thank you for those of us who joined us today. I am Harish Prasad, who did play by play. Thank you, Marcus, for joining me today. And have a good night, everybody.
See you guys next time.